7 years have passed since Wesley Snipes was released from prison. A look back at his dramatic tale. For over a decade, Wesley Snipes, who gained notoriety for the Blade film trilogy, has been involved in legal disputes with the IRS. Even after serving 3 years in prison, he had unpaid back taxes totaling more than $20 million as of 2018. Wesley Snipes is well known for his tough guy roles on screen. But when he was accused of being a bad guy in real life in the late 2010s, it made headlines. Snipes asserted, nevertheless, that numerous fabrications were made in order to damage his reputation. The actor claims that even though he did serve some time in prison, the prosecution in his case singled him out because of his notoriety. Career of Wesley Snipes. Initially identified in his early 20s, Snipes made his cinematic debut in the 1986 film Wildcats. He is also well known for his martial arts abilities. Nevertheless, he began to draw attention from well-known people after landing the lead role in Michael Jackson's Bad music video. Snipes contrasted being free but living in a different kind of imprisonment with the experience of being incarcerated. Although Snipes was offered a part in Do the Right Thing by Spike Lee, he turned it down in favor of a larger part in the box office hit sports comedy Major League. In the years that followed, he starred in a number of high-octane films, including Passenger 57, Rising Sun, and The Marshals, as well as comedies, including To Wong Fu, Thanks for Everything, Julie Newmar, in which he demonstrated his adaptability as a drag queen, and White Men Can't Jump. Snipes was chosen to play the lead role in the 1998 film Blade, which was adapted from the Marvel comic about a vampire-human hybrid who hunts other vampires. It was yet another triumph. The movie went on to have 2 more sequels, and it's widely acknowledged that it helped save Marvel's finances and paved the way for other superhero flicks like X-Men and the 2002 version of Spider-Man. Snipes was supposed to feature in Spike Lee's 2008 war movie Miracle at Street Anna, but he was unable to participate in the shoot due to IRS legal matters. ESSLEY SNIPES QNFR ONTS the GOVT. When Snipes and 2 additional co-defendants were charged in Tampa, Florida in October 2006 with tax fraud and conspiracy, the legal issues involving him first surfaced. At the time of the arrest warrant's issuance by a judge, Snipes was abroad filming Gala Walker. Nevertheless, when he returned in December of that year, he turned himself into the police. Snipes was first charged with filing false tax refund claims totaling $12 million between 1996 and 1997, according to reports. In addition, he was accused of not filing tax returns for the years 1999 to 2004, even though he made about $38 million during that time. According to the indictment, Snipes hired accountants who were known for filing false reports and engaging in tax protests to prepare his taxes. On a visit to Larry King, the celebrity did not hesitate to admit, though, that the counsel of those he regarded as professionals had misled him. Prison time. Wesley Snipes. Despite being found not guilty of fraud and conspiracy in February 2008, Snipes was charged with 3 misdemeanors for failing to file tax returns from 1999 to 2001. Snipes received the maximum sentence of 3 years in prison, 1 year for each misdemeanor, from U.S. District Judge William Terrell Hodges. Prosecutors did not attempt to conceal the fact that they hoped Snipes' case would serve as a model for future tax protesters. Snipes' attorneys attempted to appeal the verdict, but the judge rejected it. On December 9, 2010, Snipes arrived at the Pennsylvania McKean Federal Correctional Institution to begin serving a 3-year sentence. Available an ADVANCED legal issue. After being released from prison in April 2013, Snipes lived under house arrest in a New York supervised home for an additional 3 months. Even though Snipes was released from custody by July 2013, the IRS persisted in pursuing the $23.5 million that, by some accounts, he owed the agency. When it was discovered that Snipes attempted to make a payment of $842,000 as an offer in compromise, claiming he was financially unable to settle the debt, the actor and the IRS made headlines once more in November 2018. After calculating, the IRS determined that Snipes should pay an additional $9.5 million after rejecting the offer. Snipes brought the case before a tax court, requesting that the ruling be reversed, but the judge cited is a prison reflection. Snipes, who is currently 57 years old, views his incarceration as a learning opportunity and a transformative experience. In a 2017 interview with Peter Travers, Snipes explained that people on the inside know that they're in prison. He compared the experience of being incarcerated to being free but living in a different kind of imprisonment, either mentally or emotionally. Correct? There isn't an illusion there, then. They then use what they've learned about the value of time to model their lives. People outside of that, according to Snipes, don't do that because they value time too little and believe they can get by without suffering the consequences. Go back to Die Wallet. Snipes made a significant comeback to the screen in 2014 when he starred alongside other action stars in The Expendables 3. Alongside him on screen were Sylvester Stallone, Antonio Banderas, Harrison Ford, and Arnold Schwarzenegger, among other well-known actors. After that, Snipes' only projects were limited distribution or direct-to-video movies. He also made appearances in the television shows What We Do in the Shadows and The Player. Snipes is scheduled to film Coming to America with Eddie Murphy in the latter part of 2020. Post-production is currently underway on the movie. After 5 marriages, Wesley Snipes is a proud father of 5 children. The Snipes children all lead private lives, but some details about them are known, such as their movie cameos and naming origin. Since making his feature debut in Wildcats in the 1980s, Wesley Snipes has been a fixture on the big screen. His career took off in the 1990s after he was cast in the lead role of Jungle Fever. It was in that year that Wesley created his most iconic character, Nino Brown from New Jack City. The actor's 3-year prison sentence ended his impressive career, which demonstrated his talent. His triumphs were also fueled by personal hardships, such as a tax evasion scandal. He still had his family to keep him content and grounded, though. Nick Yang, Nikki Park, and Wesley are a loving couple who have 4 children together. From his prior marriage to April Dubois, he also had a child. ASAR JLANI Snipes. Wesley and his first wife, April, welcomed Jelani S.R. Snipes into the world in 1988. In 1990, he was only a toddler when his parents divorced. He avoided the limelight for the rest of his life. Nonetheless, Jelani made an appearance in Mo Better Blues, his father's 1990 film. Jelani's lone on-screen credit was in the Spike Lee-directed movie, playing the role of a 1-year-old Miles. Although not much is known about him, Jelani is employed by Nunga Metamarketing LLC as the Chief Marketing Officer, based on his LinkedIn profile. KDWATAKE8NATENANIPES. A few years prior to getting married, Wesley and Nikki welcomed their first child, Akenaton Kiwati Snipes. Like his brothers and sister, he leads a private life, but his name has the same pattern. All of his middle names finish in a T. In particular, it appears that Akhenaton was named after an Egyptian pharaoh who ruled from 1372 to 1335 BCE. Without a doubt, his name is unique. Iset Jwats. Born just before he married in 2001, Iset Jwati Snipes is the only child of the actor and his spouse. Iset's name has aristocratic roots, just like her brother's. Iset means she of the throne in Egyptian language. Wesley certainly keeps a careful watch on his daughter, given that she is the only girl in the family. The Blade actor posted a video clip of fathers supporting and shielding their kids in 2018, which is a quality he possesses. JHUTALAAFIA Snipes. A year after his parents' 2003 marriage, Alafia Jahuti Snipes was born in 2004. Even though his life is private and he is protected from the spotlight by his parents, Alafia's name was thoughtfully chosen. According to news reports, the actor allegedly claimed a $12 million fraudulent tax refund. In addition, he was charged with not filing tax returns between 1999 and 2004. He probably got the inspiration for his name from the Arabic word Alafia, which means peace. Alafia looks like he might make a brief appearance in his father's movie, Coming to America. Wesley had previously disclosed in an interview that my family is actually in it. Here's a secret. Their cameo was included. Let's see if anyone can locate them. Everybody is Allimayu Moat. In March of 2007, Alamayu Mota Snipes was born. Like the names of his siblings, his name is unique and means in honor of God in Ethiopian. Wesley was found guilty of tax fraud not long after his son was born, so Alamayuv spent her early years tragically without a father. Wesley came to understand the value of spending time with loved ones while he was incarcerated. The biggest thing I got from it was learning the value of time and how we often squander it, he said in an interview. After spending 2.5 years apart from my family and loved ones, I can now clearly understand that. Wesley Snipes. Everything we know about the actor's children's mothers. It was in 1985 that Wesley married April for the first time. Nevertheless, their union was short-lived. It ended after just 5 years. Wesley waited a few years to date Nikki, who is the South Korean entertainment executive Park Cheol's daughter. Park was raised in the entertainment industry since she was a young child and was born in South Korea on September 1, 1977. In the 1980s and 1990s, her father directed Munwo Broadcasting Corporation, contributing to the production of television programs. She didn't deserve the nickname Nikki until she relocated to the U.S. Since her early years, Wesley's wife has been interested in the painting industry and works as a painter. Her first oil pastel painting was of a yellow sunflower. On March 17, 2003, she wed Wesley in a modest ceremony in Hackensack, New Jersey. She and her spouse are also the parents of a dog named Timbit in addition to their kids. Nikki has always encouraged her husband, even during his incarceration. Nikki wrote a 6-page letter, according to a source, defending her husband against the conviction and saying he was wronged by the system. When Wesley's attorneys showed up in court, they were denied entry. Snipes began serving his term at the McKean Federal Correctional Facility in Pennsylvania on December 9, 2010. Her husband, according to her, is a warrior husband still standing strong. For the sake of our 5 wonderful children and my man's integrity and dignity, she wanted to say something. Wesley was found guilty of a crime he did not commit, and Nikki said it was more than obvious that the government has been abusing its power. In October 2006, Wesley was charged in Tampa, Florida with tax fraud and conspiracy. This marked the start of his legal battle. According to news reports, the actor allegedly claimed a $12 million fraudulent tax refund. In addition, he was charged with not filing tax returns between 1999 and 2004. Despite the dismissal of his fraud and conspiracy charges, he was still found guilty of neglecting to file tax returns. When Wesley's attorneys showed up in court, they were denied entry. Snipes began serving his term at the McKean Federal Correctional Facility in Pennsylvania on December 9, 2010. Wesley was eventually able to return home to his family in April 2014. But he was placed under house arrest in his New York home for 3 months. Without a doubt, Wesley Snipes has picked up a lot of knowledge during his incarceration. Insiders are aware that they are incarcerated. Correct? There isn't an illusion there, then. Thus, they use what they've learned about the value of time to model their lives, he said. Prison not only put a stop to his family life, but also to his career. Thankfully, he was given the opportunity to start over following his release and was given jobs to help support his family. Alongside Antonio Banderas, Harrison Ford, Sylvester Stallone, and Arnold Schwarzenegger, he became a member of the cast of The Expendables 3 in 2014. He also starred in the films The Player and What We Do in the Shadows. Fans may be able to witness Wesley in more on-screen appearances.